music entra, dale vete para allá, solo déjame bailar, solo déjame pelear. When the music entra, dale vete para allá, solo déjame bailar, solo déjame pelear. Era tú todo me duda.
Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought today I would do something a little bit different on my channel. I wanted to do a get to know me tag because I know I do have several new subscribers, and I thought it would be a cool way, a fun way for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. And for my returning subscribers, I know I haven't done one of these in a really long time, so I thought it would be fun to do a new one. If you're not familiar with get to know me tags, basically it's a list of questions that like a lot of YouTubers do, just to help out, you know, their audience to get to know them a little bit better. And it's really fun. I just love doing tags in general, and it's been a while since I've done that. I've been doing a lot of like fashion videos, so I thought it would be really fun to just try, you know, mix it up a little bit. And so if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nora. I do all things plus size fashion, beauty and lifestyle, and self-confidence, and just plus size topics a lot. So if any of that interests you, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be updated when I upload new videos. I typically upload once to twice a week. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. There are several questions here that I thought would be fun to answer. And yeah, if you have any other questions, you can always comment below, and I'll try to get to them in my next video, my next Q&A, or my next tag video if I do another one. Let me know what you guys think. So let's go ahead and get started. I have them saved here on my phone, so I'll be looking at my phone to read them. Okay, so the first one is, where did you grow up? So I grew up in between Puerto Rico and Arizona. I was born in Puerto Rico, and at the age of 4, I moved to Puerto Rico with my aunt and uncle, and I was raised by them until I was 15. But throughout those years, we lived between Arizona and Puerto Rico. So we traveled back and forth a lot. So I would say basically I grew up in Arizona, but I also grew up in Puerto Rico. It just makes no sense. But yeah, between both places. Where do you currently live? I currently live in Florida, and I do have plans of possibly moving next year. Not 100% sure yet. It's not set in stone, but I am thinking about moving possibly to Indiana, but it's not 100% yet. So we'll see how that plays out. Who is your best friend? Okay, so my kids are my best friends. Like I have very close to my children. They're grown. My oldest is 24 and my youngest is 17, and I have a grandbaby. So I would say my kids, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson, those are my best friends. And then my best friend, like outside of my family, would be her name is Chelsea. I call her Bubs. She's my best friend, and we've known each other for, oh my gosh, I want to say it was like 2014. We met online in like an anxiety group, and we've just been friends ever since, and I love her so much. All right, how tall are you? I am, contrary to what people think I'm really tall. I'm actually 5'4.5", which is crazy, but yeah, several doctor's offices have measured my height. I'm only 5'4.5". I'm not tall. Dogs or cats? I would say dogs. I'm not a big pet person though. But I do love puppies. If I had a dog that I could pick, it would be a teacup puppy. One of those little teacup not poodles, but the teacup Yorkies, the teacup. Oh my God, I love Yorkies. But the teacup Yorkies that would be my ideal pet to have. Never been a cat person. Funniest moments throughout high school. Oh God, there were so many. I would say funniest moments where I laughed at myself. There were plenty, but I would have to say continuing to try out for the cheerleading squad and continuing to not make it in the continuing to try out and continuing to never make it and never wanting to give up on that dream was, it was probably one of the funniest things in high school. whatchamacallit, this was when I was in Arizona as a freshman, and all through middle school, a lot of people don't know, but I tried out many times for the cheerleading team. I always wanted, and it wasn't even about wanting to be in cheer. It was because that's where all the popular girls were, and I really wanted to hang out with them. And I could not do a cartwheel for the life of me. And so it was really embarrassing because I could never understand how to do a cartwheel. So every time it was my turn to do like the tryouts, I would try to do the cartwheel and fall flat on my ass. It was just a mess. It was a hot mess. So I would say that is probably some of the funniest moments in high school. And yeah, that's probably the funniest. What year were you born? I was born in 1980. So I am 41 years old and I'll be 42 this year. Are you in or have you gone to college? I went to a, what do you call it, like a community college. I'm not in school right now, but I did go to like a community college for certified nursing assistant. A lot of people don't know that about me either. I don't really talk about a lot of stuff, but I do have a certified nursing assistant license. I have a medical assisting license. I made Dean's List every single semester that I was in school. I graduated with a 4.0. And whatchamacallit, I also have a home health aide license, but I haven't worked as a CNA for many, many years. So my licenses, I just let them expire. I did work in the medical field 4 years. I want to say I graduated from school. I want to say it was like 2003. And I worked in the medical field until about 2010, 2011 as a nursing assistant or a medical assistant. I've done several different types of medical jobs. So I think what turned me off to it is the pay. Back then wasn't as good as it is now. It was pretty shitty back then. I did work at a nursing home and they wanted to pay me like $7.50 per hour just to like wipe people's asses. So yeah, I didn't want to continue doing it, and that led me to other paths in life. But I do miss it sometimes, but I don't know. It's a lot of responsibility that comes with working in the medical field. You have to really, really be a patient person and, be willing to take that risk because there's always risks when you're dealing with patients. So I don't know. I don't know if it's for me anymore, but I did work in that for a really long time. Let's see. The next one is, what is your favorite drink? Okay, so I don't drink alcohol anymore, but as far as like a regular, like day-to-day drink, I would say it is an iced caramel macchiato or a caramel iced coffee from Dunkin' or an iced caramel macchiato from Starbucks. That would have to be my first choice. Or a caramel iced coffee. I'm obsessed with iced coffee, so those two, and I'm happy. You're wearing perfume. What scent is it? Japanese cherry blossom. It's more so a body spray. That's my favorite. But okay, as far as like pricier perfumes go, I would have to say J'adore. That's my hands down all-time favorite perfume. And then as far as like a day-to-day, this is my day-to-day. Japanese cherry blossom from Bath and Body Works. This is just, ooh, I love it. It smells amazing. All right, let's see here. The next one. What are your life goals? Okay, so my goals have changed throughout getting older, and now I'm 41 and I deal with several like medical issues and like disability and stuff, but I still have goals and I still work towards my goals. I would have to say my goals right now, as far as like what I do, my goal is to be able to do YouTube full time, be a full-time content creator, YouTube, and I'm not big on other platforms. So I'm not big on, I'm on other platforms, but my passion is YouTube. So like Instagram and like TikTok, I'm on there, but I don't dedicate as much time required to grow on those platforms, which is like if you find me on other platforms, my following is smaller. Um, Even though I don't have like a huge following here, but those platforms my following is smaller because my passion is YouTube. YouTube is what I love. It's where I feel like I thrive more here, and it just makes me happier when I'm creating YouTube videos. Um, so full-time YouTuber would be ideal, and just learning to grow those other platforms. I do a lot of affiliate marketing, which is something I don't talk about a lot on here, but basically affiliate marketing is like, you guys know when I make my YouTube videos, you see me promote dresses, or when I tell you the link is in the description box, that's an affiliate link. So basically, if somebody purchases from my link, I get a tiny little commission, but very, very tiny. But I want to learn how to build other platforms where I do that. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. I do love affiliate marketing and blogging, but blogging is something that I really want to like take a course, and I do have a blog, but I feel like I haven't reached the level where I want to be at with blogging. Um, a lot of factors play into that. I really need a professional like camera. I don't have like certain equipment that I need to get those high quality photos that I really, really need to be able to grow my blog to what I want it to be. So those are goals that I have. I have goals of upgrading my equipment and continuing to work on those platforms that just make me happy. Instagram I have a love-hate relationship with. I had a platform and I had about almost 10,000 followers, and I removed a bunch of followers because it was just a lot of like creepy guys messaging me every day. So I was off of it for a long time, and then I came back and I grew a following up to like 5K, and I deleted it again because it just affects my mental health a lot. With Instagram, it's really tricky because you play the comparison game a lot with other influencers. So I have to sometimes take a step back from it, which is why I've deleted my accounts and come back. I do have one now, but I'm using it a lot less and just posting when I feel happy to do so. I don't want to feel pressured to have to constantly be engaging. So that's a big kind of struggle for me because I want to be a content creator, but I don't want to constantly be on 24/7 engaging with people. So it sucks because I'm an introvert. So it makes it pretty hard to do this type of job because I don't want to engage as much. I don't mind engaging here. Like, I don't mind engaging here on YouTube. It's just other platforms. It's a little different. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's my struggle. I just want to like be open about that because I don't really talk about it, but that's where I'm at. YouTube is my passion. All right. What sports do you play or have you played sports? I don't play sports obviously right now, but I did play sports when I was in high school. I played soccer and I played volleyball. Um, was I good at them? I would say volleyball I was good at, but sports were never my passion. My passion was always more so the creative side. I was into drama. I was in the drama and acting classes, and I did show choir. I played the lead in Grease. We did a play, and I was like, it was a musical that we did. So show choir and drama were more so my thing, and acting versus sports. So I did do sports, but for a little short period of time between middle school and high school. All right, the next one is, have any books you read changed your life? I would say yes. The book The Secret, which is about the law of attraction, that was a life-changing book for me. I am a firm believer in the law of attraction and of manifesting the things you want. I've manifested a lot of things in my life, so I am a big law of attraction person, and The Secret is life-changing. If you haven't read it, I'll try to link it below. So it's a good book, great book. What is your favorite movie? Oh, I have several because I'm a big movie buff, but I would say the movie Split from like 2017. It's about the guy with the multiple personalities. It's an excellent movie. And the reason I love it is because the end of that movie, the movie has a lot to do with someone who deals with a lot of trauma. And this guy is just like killing all these people. And in this movie, the girl at the end, he notices that she was broken from childhood trauma. And I'm not going to like go into it, but it's an excellent movie. It's such a good movie. And he just like doesn't touch her because he notices like, and what he says to her at the end of the movie will stick with me for the rest of my life. So that's why it's my favorite. He tells her, I'll just share it with you. He tells her, the broken are the more evolved, rejoice. And he just lets her go. He doesn't kill her. He kills so many other people, but not her. He tells her that the broken are, he tells her, you're different. The broken are the more evolved, rejoice. And I don't know what it was about that movie, but it just like clicked with me. And yeah, Split. You got to watch it. And also the movie Get Out and the movie What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams. Excellent movie. You have to watch it. It's so good. I recommend it to everybody. An older movie, but it's called What Dreams May Come. Super good movie. All right. Let's see what else. Who are your favorite YouTubers? Oh, it's changed throughout the years. Back in like 2017, I would hands down have said Trisha Paytas. I used to love Trisha. And then, she went through like her problematic phase and her life just changed a lot. So I watch her here and there, but she's not like my favorite anymore. I would have to say my favorite YouTubers right now. I like a lot of small creators like myself. And I also like Alexandra Rodriguez. She was learning to be fearless. She's one of my favorites. I love Bailey Sarian, her makeup and her videos are just like, she talks about real crime and I just love it. Smaller YouTuber, her name is After Coffee with Jess. She's a vlogger. I love her channel. She's like a digital nomad. I think that's what it's called. Not really anything in common with what I do. We have a lot of like other things in common, but I really love her channel. It's just like very calming, just a vibe. Sammy Rose, she's one of my friends and I love watching her channel. She makes really cool videos, so check her out. Yeah, so I would have to say like I have several different, favorite YouTubers that I watch, but those are like the ones I watch often. I do like Gabriella Lascano, Gabriella Fortunato. There are like other plus size creators that I watch a lot. Yeah, so those are the ones I watch often. Let's see what else. Do you speak any languages and how well? I do. I speak English, Spanish completely fluent. That's like my original language. And I also know a tiny, tiny bit of French. When I was in high school, I took French and I graduated, I always had an A+ in that class. French was so fun for me. And, obviously I've forgotten throughout the years how to speak it, but a tiny bit I still remember. And, in Spanish. Are you single or taken? I am single right now. And it sounds kind of like, it's not like, I'm not like shallow or anything like that. I'm just very picky now about the type of, I know what I want, and anything less than that, I don't want to settle for. So I know the type of person I want to be with. I know what I can bring to the table, bring to a relationship, and I want somebody to meet me at the same level of where I'm at. So that's where I'm at. I went through a really bad breakup 2 years ago, so I'm divorced. And I wanted to take time. I have been on a date before, like at the beginning of this year, I did date someone, but that just didn't work out. But I wanted to take time to heal from that. I'm not the type of person to jump from one relationship to another, to another, to another, to another, because I feel like after a breakup, you really need time to heal. Not only heal, but also learn from that relationship and ways that you could have acted better or things that you could have done better. And, Not to say that this ending of the relationship was all on me, but everybody has something to work on, and I don't want to go into my next relationship with baggage from the old one. So I took the time and I got in therapy, and I've been working on myself ever since. Have I come a long way? I believe I have. I've done a lot of work on myself and things that I would never accept again, or things that I would never do again, or ways that I would never behave again. I feel like I've made positive changes, and therapy has really helped me with that. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. And would I say I'm ready to be in a relationship again? Yes. But what I'm not ready to do is settle for anything less than what I know I deserve. I don't deserve someone who can't be faithful or loyal to me. I don't deserve someone who I'm an option to. And I want somebody who can meet me at the same level of emotional maturity. I want somebody who can reciprocate those things that I give to them in a relationship. And I'm not talking about material things, I'm talking about reciprocate the level of commitment, love, honesty, fidelity that I give to you. That's all I want. Somebody who can meet me at that level. Anything less than that, I won't entertain. And that is another reason why I'm single, is because the offers are for way less than that. I don't want to be anybody's hookup partner. I'm 41. I'm not like 20. And I don't do like casual flings. I've never been the casual fling type of person. Um, and I don't want to be that person. I mean, more power to you if you can go from one person to the next and to the next and to the next, but I can't. I'm just the type of person that I like to have a connection with someone, and the stronger I have a connection with you, the better everything else, intimacy, everything else in that relationship will be 100 times better if we are on the same page, and if we are connecting, and if we both want the same things, and if you don't come into my life with a hidden agenda. I feel like that's where like I would be happy in a relationship. So until I find that, I could be single forever. That's just where I'm at. All right, so the next one is, I'm going on rants. Okay, what is your idea of a dream date? Okay, so for me, not very complicated. I would say a movie. I love going to the movie theater. Like if you say let's go watch a horror movie at the movie theater, like you got my heart instantly. No. But I love watching movies. I'm a big movie person, so like maybe dinner at a movie or dinner at the beach. I'll never forget this date. Like this was like the best date ever. Probably the best date of my life. This was back in like, oh my God, 2009, 2010. I went on a date with this guy, and he took me to the beach for dinner. He took me to this little Italian restaurant right by the beach, and we got takeout from the restaurant and took it to the beach. And we had dinner on the beach at night. It was such a vibe. That was probably the happiest date I've ever been on. I loved it. The conversation was great. It was just an amazing date. That to me would be an ideal date, not you coming over to my house or me going over to your house for a first date. That just doesn't work for me. I like effort, and I am worth the effort. I am definitely worth the effort of taking on a first date, on a proper date, and it was so much fun, and I'll never forget that date. So that was my favorite. Okay, next one. How long was your longest relationship? So my longest relationship was almost 6 years. I want to say almost 6 years. And that was with my son's father, who unfortunately he did pass at the beginning of this year. But we had not been together since 2007, I want to say. But yes, that was my longest relationship. All right, the next one is, how would you describe your fashion sense? I have multiple fashion senses, but I would say romantic style, because as you can tell, I love floral dresses. I love dresses. Romantic, like, I guess romantic is like flowy, pretty dresses, lace. I love lace. And then I also have like a side of me that loves gothic looks, not super gothic, not super gothic, but like a lot of black, a lot of lace, you know, not like heavy metal gothic, but like, I don't know, maybe romantic gothic. And then I love fall vibes and seasonal. I'm very seasonal as far as like my clothing goes. I love any dress like those colors back there that have like fall colors. And then like for Christmas, I love a good red velvet or green velvet. So I guess my style changes with the seasons, but I do love a beautiful seasonal style dress, if that makes sense. What is your go-to hairstyle? Probably right now this, and it's because I'm growing it out. Like my hair's been growing. At the beginning of last year, I had fried my hair. I bleached it 4 times in 1 week, and then I dyed it blue because I had to get from this dark to blonde to blue. So I bleached it so many times that my hair was like, I want to say the beginning of this year, my hair was like this. It was short. It was short. So it's been growing. Ideally, I want it to like up to here, which is like my usual length. But my go-to style is always, I always have my hair down. I don't know why. It's just like a comfort thing. I don't know. How many siblings do you have? I have one brother and 2 older sisters. I think my one of my sisters is like 2 years older than me, and the other one is, I don't know, she's a couple years older than me, but yeah. And I have one brother. And then I have one cousin who was raised as my brother. So that's, I consider him my little brother. But yeah, so all in all, 4. What is your go-to fast food order? Um, I would have to say, like, as far as fast food goes, Subway. And the Subway rotisserie chicken sandwich is really good. And also, the Wawa gas station that we have out here in Florida, they have quesadillas that they sell. They have an applewood chicken bacon quesadilla and a caramel iced coffee. That's like my go-to order. So their coffee is actually really good. Okay, what is your most memorable vacation memory? I would have to say with my kids, back in 2017, we went to Hollywood and we went to the, oh my gosh, I forget the name of the place. It's in California. We went to Hollywood Boulevard where all the stars are and like all the stars on the ground. And then we went to Santa Monica Pier. That was one of my favorite vacations with them. We had such a good time and I loved the beach and it was just fun. And we had a lot of fun. And then another favorite vacation was with my son's father, my youngest son's father. One year we went to the Nickelodeon Hotel for New Year's, and my son was maybe like 1 or 2. I want to say he was like 1. And we went to the Nick Hotel for New Year's Eve, and they had like this big party out by the pool, and they had the pool covered in like green lights, so it looked like the pool had like the green slime from Nickelodeon. It was just a lot of fun. I love that memory. It was a really good time. What are your morning and evening routines? So in the morning, I like to, as of, it's been a while now that I've been getting up early around like 7. I get up around 7 and by like 9 or 10, I start work and I work from home and I try to get as much done in the morning. So like come like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm already done with everything that I need to do. And then from there, you know, I clean and I cook and just make sure like my son has dinner. And then I'll do some extra like computer work for like my blog or affiliate marketing stuff, or I'll film a YouTube video if I have to. And then at night, around probably like 6 or 7, I start kind of winding down and I'll watch like my favorite TV shows or a movie, burn like a candle, and I meditate at night before I go to bed. Most nights I try to meditate, and that's about it. You know, I've been going to bed around like midnight or 1 o'clock the latest. I haven't been going to bed too late anymore, so I used to. But now it's gotten better. The more earlier I get up, I feel like I'm more productive. So I like getting up early now. Do you have any bad habits? Yes, my bad habit would be iced coffee, for sure. Iced coffee is like my addiction. And I would say, yeah, definitely iced coffee would be that would be it. Tell us one thing about you that we wouldn't know. Okay, so one thing you wouldn't know is I have self-published 3 books on Amazon, on Barnes and Noble, and the first book was about narcissistic abuse. I went through a really toxic relationship back in like 2016, and the book wasn't made to bash that person. That person may have taken it as such, but it wasn't made to bash that person. It was made to share how I got through it. And I had a lot of people that bought the book, and they did let me know that it did help them a lot, the tips that I gave. And somehow along the way, I forgot my way after that, but I forgot my way and kind of fell into other relationships very similar. But you know what they say, like, you will repeat the same patterns with other people until you heal the thing that continues to make you be attracted to that type of person. So that's pretty much how that went down with me. But that book, and I've made peace with that person. We've spoken, and I hope we've forgiven each other. I'm happy for that person, and I hope they do great in life. So I wrote that book, and then I wrote another book during a really bad time in my life where I was really, really sick. And it's more so about like self-care and how to like care for yourself even when your life is like going to shambles. And then I wrote another book which I published, and then took it out of the market, and it was about childhood trauma. I just feel like there were certain things in that book that I wasn't so ready to share like I thought I was. So that one I published, but then I took it out. So there was 3 books that I made in total, and I self-published all of them. I'm really proud that I did that. And I love to write. I just haven't written in a long time. But writing is something that is very therapeutic for me. And so yeah. Favorite TV show. I would say my favorite TV show has changed throughout the years, but American Horror Story, not the recent ones. I want to say the first ones, the very first American Horror Stories, the first ones that came out, which was like Murder House and Coven. Those were like my favorite ones. I love anything creepy, anything Halloween vibes, spooky vibes. That's me. So I would say American Horror Story is definitely one of my favorites. Describe your first crush. Oh gosh. All right. So my first crush was in 6th grade, 5th grade. I think I was 5th grade. He was in 6th grade. I was in 5th grade. His name was Manuel. Till this day, we're still friends. But he was like my first boyfriend, and he broke my heart. We'll leave it at that. But I don't hold grudges. He was a kid. We were kids. We were literally kids. But I just thought he was like the best thing since like sliced bread. He was so cute. He was like blonde and green eyes and just adorable. And I thought he was just like Prince Charming. Yeah, I was a kid. Okay, what theme parks have you been to? I've been to a lot because I live in Florida. I've been to Disney World. I've been to Magic Kingdom. I have been to Disney's Animal Kingdom. I've been to Universal Studios. I've been to Island of Adventure. I've been to Adventure Island. I've been to all the Disney parks, Epcot Center. And then California, because when I was raised in Arizona, I went to Disneyland in California. We used to go often as kids. We've been to all the parks, all of them. Who was your childhood best friend? Um, I would say her name was Sylvia. We went to elementary school in Puerto Rico together, and that was elementary best friend. We grew apart. But I remember we used to hang out often as kids, and it was cool. And then as a teenager in high school, her name was Jennifer, and she was cool. She was somebody that I thought we were going to be friends forever, but we lost touch, and then I was never like really able to find her on social media again. So, yeah. What is your favorite genre of film? My favorite genre of film is psychological thrillers. So like the movie Like that movie Split is a psychological thriller. Just those that get really, like, really get you thinking, like, you know, what's going to be the twist. And I don't know. I just love, like, I like horror movies, but not the gory type. I like the psychological thrillers, like the kidnappings or the, like, like the ones where the guy's just like, I don't know, the abduction or just crazy, crazy shit like that. I don't know. That's what I like. What was your dream job as a kid? I also love Christmas movies, by the way. I love a good Hallmark Christmas movie. That's just like the corny, cheesy side, but yeah, I do. What was your dream job as a kid? Hilarious, but I wanted to be a singer. That's why I joined show choir when I was in high school and middle school. But I really wanted to be a singer. I really wanted to sing. I love to sing. I still do. I still love to sing. I don't want to be a singer anymore, but I love to sing. Have you moved from home? Where to, and how was your experience? Yes. Well, home for me meant a lot of different things because I, moved back and forth so much as a kid. So I wasn't really given the option to stay with my parents. They just like, here you go, goodbye. They sent me away. So I wasn't given the option. So I did leave. As when I turned 15, my aunt sent me back to Puerto Rico to live with my dad, and my dad, he still didn't give a shit. So I left. I was kind of on my own then with my sister. And then from there, I ended up moving to Florida. Florida has been my home. And I did leave Florida for a bit. I left to California for a few years. And then I came back in 2018 because I got really sick. And so I ended up here. But Florida to me has always been home. So that's kind of how that played out. Right. Who is your celebrity crush? You guys wouldn't even know, but like you probably wouldn't guess. But my celebrity crush, as far as men go, Evan Peters from American Horror Story, like hands down, that's my type. The creepy guys, that's definitely my type. Evan Peters. And as far as girls go, Kristen Stewart, but not the Twilight version, but the now Kristen Stewart version. Yes, I'm all about it. But Evan Peters is like, yes, that's my future husband right there. Okay, that's literally it. And I think I feel like I've taken like 2 hours here. So I'm going to like try to condense this video into manageable chunks. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much if you're still here till the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love doing these. I should do more of these often. Just let me know what other tags you want to see me do. Maybe I can do like a plus size tag and talk about like body confidence and plus size topics. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you all next time.